Today, I'm going to talk to you about how multiplication and division of fractions is different. We've been talking a lot about multiplication of fractions, but now we're going to shift to division. And specifically, what does it look like? How is it different? So let's jump into a problem that can illustrate what multiplication of fractions looks like. So here is a problem. Imagine that you are at the park and you were catching butterflies. Here is a picture of how many butterflies you caught. Notice how you caught 15 butterflies. Now, unfortunately, while you were catching butterflies, you unaware caught 1/3 were moths. So 1/3 of what you caught was unfortunately moths, and 2/3 were butterflies. Well, to show what 1/3 of your moths looks like, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle 1/3 of my butterflies. Notice how this is 1 out of 3 groups of butterflies. So this represents 1/3 of 15 butterflies. Now we've talked about how this is repeated addition, but also this is a portions problem. That means that we're looking at 15 as our whole, and we are looking at 1/3 of this. So another way to think about this is by dividing this into 3 groups, and we are taking one of them. All right, so notice when we are looking at a multiplications of fractions problem, our number is getting smaller. Our number of butterflies, our portion of butterflies is getting smaller. So now let's change gears and let's look at a division with fractions problem. So imagine that you are making the perfect rainbow cupcakes. Your recipe calls for 6 cups of batter. Each of your tins here can hold 1/3 cup of batter. The question is, how many cupcakes can you make? Let's look at a number line to try to help us out. On this number line, I have represented from 0 to 6 cups. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to portion out 1/3 of our batter. Remember that 1/3 will be how much each of our cupcake tin holds. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to portion out by 1/3. In other words, I'm going to be counting by 1/3. All right, let's go ahead and start. 1/3 makes 1 muffin. Another third makes a second muffin. And finally, a third makes our third muffin. So notice how we've used 1 cup of batter and we've already made 3 muffins. I'm sorry, 3 cupcakes. Three cupcakes. So let's keep going. Let's see if we can notice a pattern. We'll continue getting thirds. We get another 3 cupcakes. We get another 3 cupcakes. And we just continue our pattern until now we can see that altogether we have 18 cupcakes. So we notice that when we had 6 and we divided that into groups of 1/3, we were able to get 18 all together. So notice how our number, when we were dividing by fractions, got bigger. When we were multiplying by fractions, our number got smaller. That's how multiplication and division of fractions are different.